Chapter 4, Cultivating Joy and Play. In this chapter, we are going to explore one of the most healing and powerful aspects of reconnecting with your inner child, the ability to embrace joy and play. As adults, we often get caught up in the demands of life, work, responsibilities, expectations, and forget how important it is to experience the simple pleasures that once brought us so much happiness as children. When was the last time you truly laughed just for the fun of it? Or took a moment to play without worrying about the consequences or judgments of others? Cultivating joy and play is not just about having fun. It's a powerful tool for healing and reconnecting with the part of you that knows how to be fully present in the moment. It's about letting go of the stress and the seriousness of adult life and rediscovering the freedom to simply be. In this chapter, we'll explore how you can invite more playfulness into your life, how to nurture joy in small, everyday moments, and how you can create space for the carefree energy of your inner child to surface. We'll dive into the benefits of play, not just for your emotional well-being, but for your overall health, body, mind, and soul. You'll discover that joy doesn't have to be earned or reserved for special occasions. It can be found in everyday moments when you let go of expectations and allow yourself to simply enjoy the experience of being alive. The inner child within you is always ready to be called upon to remind you of this truth. So let's step into this chapter with an open heart and a playful spirit. Together, we will rediscover the art of joy and play and explore how embracing these qualities can bring healing, freedom, and a renewed sense of connection to your inner child. Reintroducing playfulness into your life. I'll be honest. There was a time in my life when I forgot how to play. Life had become so serious, filled with obligations, expectations, and the constant need to get things done. Play was something I left behind, thinking it wasn't important anymore, something only children did. But what I've come to realize is that play isn't just for kids. It's a vital part of being human, a deep, soulful need that we tend to ignore as we grow older. And the truth is, when I stopped allowing myself to play, I also stopped allowing myself to feel fully alive. Playfulness isn't just about games or toys. It's about reconnecting with that spark of joy, that carefree energy that reminds us that life is meant to be lived in the moment. It's about letting go of the constant drive to achieve, to perform, to do everything perfectly, and instead, embracing the joy of simply being. I had to remind myself that play can look different at any age. It doesn't have to be a big, dramatic event. It can be something as simple as dancing around your living room to your favorite song or laughing uncontrollably with a friend over something silly. Play can be anything that brings lightness, creativity, and fun back into your life. For me, reintroducing playfulness began with small, intentional acts. At first, it felt awkward, like I was forcing something that didn't belong. I had to give myself permission to be silly, to let go of control, and to embrace the joy of the moment without worrying about how I looked or what others thought. I'd find little pockets of time throughout my day where I could just be. Whether it was taking a spontaneous walk, coloring in a coloring book, or playing a silly game with a friend, I started to create space for play. At first, it felt strange. I was so used to moving from task to task, crossing things off a never-ending list. But as I gave myself permission to enjoy these moments of play, I noticed something incredible happening. I began to feel lighter, more connected to myself, and more energized. Play was healing me in ways I hadn't anticipated. It was like a breath of fresh air for my soul. When I reconnected with my inner child, I realized how much play had shaped who I was as a person. It wasn't just about laughter or fun. It was about creativity, curiosity, and the freedom to express myself without judgment. The more I allowed myself to be playful, the more I reconnected with the parts of me that had been buried under the weight of adult responsibilities. I remembered how it felt to be spontaneous, to laugh without reason, and to embrace the unexpected with open arms. If you feel like you've forgotten how to play, I want to reassure you that it's never too late to rediscover it. Start small. Take 5 minutes to do something that feels fun to you, whether it's jumping on a trampoline, doodling, or just being goofy with a loved one. Notice how it makes you feel. Notice the lightness, the joy, the release of tension. Reintroducing playfulness into your life is a gift to yourself. It's a reminder that life is meant to be experienced with joy, with wonder, and with the willingness to let go. As we reconnect with our inner child, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities, creativity, and most importantly, fun. Playfulness doesn't make us childish. It makes us human. So let's play. Let's embrace the joy that comes with it and allow it to bring us back to life. Dealing with negative people, situations, and limiting beliefs can be challenging when you're trying to reconnect with your inner child and embrace more joy and play in your life. There's no doubt that life often throws obstacles in our way. Whether it's the influence of negative people around us, difficult circumstances, or the internal dialogue that tells us we're not worthy of happiness or fun. But here's the truth. When I began to work on reconnecting with my inner child, I realized I had to first address these external and internal barriers that were preventing me from fully embracing play and joy. The first challenge I had to face was the negative people in my life. I think we all have those people who can drain us, whether it's through their cynicism, judgment, or constant criticism. I had to learn how to set boundaries with those who didn't support my growth or playfulness. I remember one friend who would always make fun of my attempts to have fun, like when I'd suggest going to an arcade or playing a silly game. They'd say things like, "You're too old for that," or "That's a waste of time." At first it hurt, but then I realized it wasn't about me. It was about them and their own discomfort with joy and play. I had to remind myself that I don't need permission to be playful or joyful from anyone else. The key was not to let their negativity dictate how I felt about myself or my choices. I learned to walk away from those situations, or if I had to interact with them, I'd focus on my own joy and block out their judgments. Then there were the limiting beliefs that held me back. Thoughts like, "I'm too busy to have fun," "I'm too old for play," or "I don't deserve to feel joy." These beliefs were deep-rooted and often felt like truth. But as I started to challenge them, I realized they weren't real. Play doesn't have an age limit, and joy doesn't require permission. I had to shift my mindset and remind myself that I'm worthy of fun, laughter, and freedom just as much as anyone else. One of the most helpful things I did was to recognize when those limiting beliefs were cropping up and replace them with empowering thoughts. For example, when I thought, "I don't have time to play," I'd ask myself, what would it feel like to prioritize joy for just 5 minutes today? Or when I thought, "I'm too old for that," I'd challenge it by saying, "Why can't I have fun at any age?" These small shifts helped me loosen the grip of those limiting beliefs and allowed space for more playfulness. It's also important to acknowledge that sometimes situations are beyond our control. We may be going through difficult times that make it hard to find joy. When that happens, it's okay to give ourselves permission to take a break from trying to force happiness and just be with what we're feeling. It's a balance of honoring our emotions and knowing that play and joy can be a part of our healing process when we're ready. I'm not saying it's always easy. There will be days when negative people, situations, or limiting beliefs try to pull us back down. But I've learned that by staying committed to the idea that joy and play are essential for our well-being, we can begin to push through those obstacles. We are worthy of happiness, and we can create space for play in our lives, no matter what others think or what old beliefs we've carried with us. This concludes this module. I want to thank you for taking the time to journey with me so far. I hope that you are getting the most out of this training and that the path to connecting with your inner child is close at hand. Remember, every journey starts with a single step. If you like this training and want to work with me one-on-one, you can visit my website at kathleenheals.com and sign up for a free 1-hour session with me. We can talk, discuss any issues you wish to address, and start you on your journey of healing. This session is completely free. Visit kathleenheals.com by clicking on the link in this video. I hope you take this opportunity to see what is possible. In the next module, we are going to be working on building lasting connections. Take a few moments now to center yourself before moving on. I will see you in the next section.